Migrant workers speak out against the state's COVID testing mandate, and ZFS Ithaca is ready for fall harvest. I'm Janelle Gross, and this is Farm News 5.
Farm News 5 is brought to you by Ford.
Migrant workers have been a part of the backbone of Michigan agriculture for decades. They follow the crops from farm to farm to ensure apples, cherries, and asparagus, just to name a few, are harvested at their freshest. They play an integral role in the food supply chain. Now, they say they're being unfairly targeted by the state because of the color of their skin, following an emergency order requiring baseline COVID-19 testing for certain farm workers in Michigan.
We feel like more like they blame us, because why only the migrant camps or have to do that when a lot of people come from everywhere, every weekend, and what about them? Because we are Hispanic people. That's one thing that I don't understand, why they do just the migrant camps and stuff like that.
Magana was born in Mexico and began working in farm fields there when he was 8 years old. He moved to the United States over 20 years ago in the hope of providing a better life for his family.
Here we get a better chance to make a little more money to support our families, because being here, I not only help my daughters, my kids and my wife, I can also help my mom and another brothers that I have over there that sometimes they have a hard times to buy food.
David Smeltzer, a Benzie-Manistee County Farm Bureau member from Bear Lake, is the owner of West Wind Orchards, and he says migrant laborers are a vital part of the operation.
Fruit and vegetables cannot be harvested in Michigan without the help of the Hispanic community. Simply can't be done. And this needs to be fundamentally understood, that these folks are as professional as what they do as dentists and plumbers and electricians and lawyers are. They'll work on Saturdays, they work in the rain, they work in the cold. And they work in a pace that will support this farm, and their finished product is blemish-free, bruise-free, and they will do that.
Smeltzer fears this mandate will drive seasonal workers to other states who don't have as strict of testing requirements as Michigan.
My entire crop is at risk if these people don't want to come. And why would they subject themselves to that? If they could go somewhere else, they could just go somewhere else. They're free to do that.
Farm workers from River Ridge Produce in Sparta and True Blue Processing in Grand Junction recently filed a complaint claiming the state's mandate that farm workers be tested for COVID-19 discriminates against Latinos.
If you want a car from a company that's been building them for 115 years, get a Ford. If you want a car with driver assist technology, get a Ford. You're gonna want a Ford.
It seems every week there is another example of how agriculture has adapted to the challenges presented by the COVID-19 pandemic. This week, we turn our attention to Shiawassee County Farm Bureau's efforts to brighten the days of the residents at the Oliver Woods Assisted Living and Memory Care Facility in Owosso. For the past 6 years, the county's Promotion and Education Committee has hosted Animal Day. But this year, instead of bringing calves, sheep, goats, donkeys, and a bunny to residents' rooms, they paraded outside their windows in order to comply with COVID-19 related regulations.
Shiawassee County Farm Bureau has no shortage of incredible volunteers for any of our events, and thankfully we were able to throw this event together in a really short period of time. We're able to call on Farm Bureau members. We even have non-Farm Bureau members involved today, just willing to bring their animals and be a part of our event.
Many of them have had experiences in the past where they either grew up on a farm, lived in the area, are very familiar with agriculture and farming, and it just really brings back a lot of wonderful memories to our residents and touches them in a really special way.
We get such good reviews of this event in the past. My grandfather actually lived at this facility for 3 years and was able to be a part of this event, and getting to see these animals, and so many people here were a part of agriculture at some point in their life, and just having that connection is really important to Farm Bureau.
Planning for 2019 and beyond? Foster Swift's Ag Law team offers comprehensive legal counsel for farmers and businesses.
Since becoming fully operational in February, ZFS Ithaca is now the largest soybean processor in the state, utilizing 40% of Michigan's crop. Nathan Donahue, ZFS Ithaca's plant manager, says the facility processes 100,000 bushels of soybeans per day and features 2 dump pits capable of receiving 20,000 bushels of soybeans per hour.
We've got plenty of storage, as you can see behind me, almost 4 million bushel. We're grinding about 3,800 tons a day. So I'm not doing the math in my head quick enough to figure out how quick that turns around, but we've got quite a bit of storage. Goal is to kind of try to be emptier towards harvest time. That way we can take as much from the producer as possible. We're making soybean oil. Now we have that either as crude soybean oil or degummed soybean oil. Some of that is going to different plants and various other places to be further refined. A lot of it actually goes to our Zeeland plant in Zeeland, Michigan, to be further refined into food grade oil too. And then we make soybean hulls, loose hulls, or I can pellet those hulls too for just a filler for cattle feed, a fiber filler. And then we also make the soybean meal for protein. The stuff by truck a lot of it stays in Michigan, hog farms, cattle farms, chicken farms, but then a lot of it also is going north across the border too. Biggest thing to know is if you've never dealt with ZFS at all before, is to call the parent company in Zeeland or call one of my merchandisers right here at the plant and visit with them so we can get your splits into our system, get all your different names into our system. That way it's seamless when you come in here. It's don't even get out of your truck, automatic probe up front, speaker system so we can talk with the customer that's on the scale, and then when you're leaving here it's an automatic printed ticket right there at your truck so you don't even have to leave the cab of your truck.
For more news and video, visit MichiganFarmNews.com or the Michigan Farm Bureau channel on YouTube. With Farm News 5, I'm Janelle Brose. Have a great week of farming.